What is up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee Talk back with an update regarding the passing of Vincent Jackson, which has kind of left everyone stunned, baffled. All the fans, the NFL community, the sports community, everyone chiming in online, the analysts, everyone is just very taken back by this. And we saw yesterday Ryan Leaf, gave a very emotional message talking about his brothers, fellow players, former football players, just that he's sick of seeing them pass away. He had said, aside from Vincent Jackson, someone else that he didn't name that he was speaking to, was still alive, but was hospitalized after, some very tragic incidents had took place. And, he just seemed to be very fed up, and it was raising questions if the NFL is doing enough, for players after the game who are affected from, concussions, CTE, depression, and things of that nature, and people were commenting, saying different things. Some people, were wholeheartedly agreeing. Other people seem to think, what can the NFL really do? It's on people to get help for themselves. And, there's just a big debate going on. But now we have a statement coming out from the family and from the Hillsborough County sheriffs. And it just says, the family said Sheriff Chronister does not speak on behalf of the Jackson family. The full autopsy report will not be available for a few weeks. Our focus right now is on laying Vincent to rest. So when you see that, it kind of seems like there's some disagreement by the family with, what the sheriff is saying, as the sheriff has kind of come out and said, their investigation into his death at this point has kind of led them to believe, that he had problems from concussions, and they believe that he may have been having some problems with alcohol. It says it could be several weeks before we know what led to the untimely and tragic death of Vincent Jackson. The Hillsborough County Medical Examiner's Office continues to conduct a thorough investigation alongside the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Based on statements made by relatives of Jackson to detectives, his family had reason to believe he may have suffered from chronic alcoholism and concussions. However, the exact cause and manner of Mr. Jackson's death will not be certain until his autopsy, among other reports, is complete. And it says the manner and cause of his death are pending further study. It could take up to several months for a formal autopsy report, depending on what tests need to be run. So, I don't know, you're hearing them say that basically it sounds like people they spoke to kind of painted a picture to them, that he was drinking a lot and, something was going on with them. They're mentioning the concussions. And we know, like, when we look at Junior Seau, who obviously, with these athletes, we don't know them personally. We're fans of them. We watch them go out there and play. We listen to them in interviews or, whatever kind of stuff they do in the media. And Junior Seau always seemed to be kind of like a playful, happy-go-lucky type guy with a good sense of humor. You know what I mean? And then we saw the way he ended his own life. And, that always said a lot to me when that happened. I know that kind of shook everyone, the sports world. Everyone was just really taken back by that. And then we kind of find out why he did it the way he did it, because he wanted studies to be able to be done. And that just really spoke out to me, that we're finding out more and more about the problems that these guys go through with CTE and head trauma and like putting it in, layman's terms, constantly getting their bell rung and everything, and we know these guys love the game and they know that there's dangers that come with the game. It's that double-edged sword, and we know that the, NFL is doing things as far as in the game for player safety and stuff like that. And I don't know exactly what kind of system they have set up as far as with players after the game. You know, like we know, and I was speaking about in other videos, players had to band together and, you know, put forth a class action lawsuit and everything like that. And, you know, from what Ryan Leaf was saying and from what I've seen other players say, they just really feel that the NFL is not doing enough, you know. And like I was mentioning in other videos, and a lot of fans probably feel this way also, you know, we love the game. We love to watch these guys play football. But we also know the NFL is a business, and bottom line, it's about dollars. And we know they're making crazy amounts of money, you know. So maybe, you know, it's time for them to step up and do a little more. And I don't know, hire counselors, or I don't know what exactly, you know, the answer is. Obviously, I'm just a guy here making a YouTube video talking about this, giving you guys, you know, an update here on the passing of Vincent Jackson and asking to hear your guys' answers. You know what I'm saying? Your guys' opinions, your guys' thoughts. So please, most definitely voice them below in that comment section. Let's talk about this. Should the NFL do more? Will the NFL do more? You know, we know those lockouts happen, and when they have those collective bargaining agreements, it has things of that nature. Health of players and well-being and stuff has been, you know, issues that have come up and been spoke on. You know what I mean? It's not strictly just about the money. But once again, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. But back to, you know, speaking on the passing of Vincent Jackson, it seems it's going to be, you know, some time before we really truly know and understand what exactly did happen. As we see, you know, the whole medical examination process, they're stating could take some, you know, some real time. But it seems he definitely was going through something, you know, the fact that he checked into the hotel, the fact that his family reached out and wanted the authorities to check in with him, you know, and based on statements people have made, he definitely was going through something. You know, I don't want to give it a name and say he was depressed or something like that, as we clearly don't know exactly what it was. But the way, you know, everything is kind of adding up and coming together, it seems that this is, you know, really a problem that maybe needs to be rectified and worked on by the NFL. I don't know, that Ryan Leaf statement really spoke volumes to me. You know, he was clearly not mincing words, not holding back. As, you know, we know a lot of people still involved in the NFL are you know, very PC with their words and such. You know what I mean? But Ryan Leaf didn't seem to be holding back at all. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. And, you know, that's about it, guys. I'm going to close this video out. Once again, though, we should definitely take a moment and kind of commend the memory of Vincent Jackson for the off the field stuff that he did. You know, most definitely we saw he did a lot of good work, and, you know, we see a lot of NFL players, past and present, speaking out, former teammates. And, you know, when someone passes away, you don't obviously ever really see anyone come out and say anything bad or negative. But it's clear, you know, that Vincent Jackson was a really loved teammate and player, because we're seeing guys, you know, go over the top, letting people know, you know, what a great guy he was. So rest in peace to him. Hit the comments once again with your thoughts on all the different, you know, points we were covering on here. And, you know, any memories from the games, big games he had, highlights, whatever. Let's talk about it all in that comment thread. New viewers, sub to the channel. This is Jay Coffee Talk. We talk music, news, sports, and more. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.